Woe to you also, lawyers, for you load men down with burdens, hard to hear, and you yourselves do not touch the burdens with one of your fingers. I think this is such a good Bible verse for the people who are in charge of us, who think there are betters, that have these positions of being a judge, of being a DA, of being all the people in charge of prisons and jails. Now, I'm not saying everybody is in charge is evil or corrupt, but we know for a fact that many of them are. I know a man who had to go to jail 1 week out of every month because he had a wife at home who he was an elderly man. He was a very, very old man, probably in his 60s or something. He had to go to jail once a week because he did something atrociously horrible. He lived on a road much like mine, which was a dirt, or a private road. And he went down to the end of the road to go on his drinking buddies to come back to his house in his golf cart on a private road. And he happened to have a beer open in the car. Now, he only has one leg, too, so he can't just, walk down there. So he has one leg. He has the leg extension thing, robot leg, whatever. Went down to get his buddy, come back to his house, and the cops decided to pull him over. I don't know why. Don't know what they were doing down in that neighborhood. They decided to pull him over for drinking and driving, or drinking with an open beverage. Are you kidding me? This man got his leg blown off in a war. I don't know which war. I think it was the Vietnam War. And you're going to do this to the guy? Now, I'm not saying drinking is okay. I'm just saying that what they're doing is ridiculous. And you know the judge that threw the book at him does this every weekend. He goes out to fancy restaurants, gets one too many drinks, and drives home. And if anybody did pull him over, do you think they're going to do anything about it? He'd probably roll down his luxury window and be like, do you know who I am? Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Go right ahead. You know the judge that threw the book at him is more guilty. At least this man was in a golf cart, which is so dangerous, driving down to the end of the road and back. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm just saying some people have got to understand hypocrisy is going to be dealt with. It's going to be dealt with severely. And so for you guys to up there in charge of and in power, you better be sure that you're not breaking the laws that you're actually enforcing. And I'm not saying we should stop enforcing laws. I'm just saying let's be a little bit more conscious of what we're doing here. I mean, I know the guy was telling me the truth, and I know that the judge, I don't know the judge that threw the book at him, but I know that the judge is probably an idiot. I don't know what he did. Maybe they were liberals and they don't like anything to do with, ex-Marines. I think he was a Marine. I don't know. I get the military forces mixed up. But that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So before you judge someone else or throw the book at them or condemn them, you better make sure you're not doing something that's either the same or just as bad. Oh, no, the judge doesn't drive a golf cart. He drives a, Mercedes Benz. That's not the same thing at all. That thing's safer to drive while you're drunk. No, it's not. I'm talking about the whole thing of being a hypocrite. So please, if you're in power, you better think twice about what you're doing. You may think you can get away with it because you got all that power. You ain't going to get away with it. You're going to spend an eternity in hell. I mean, I'm not saying that if you're a Christian, because Christians wouldn't do that. I don't think a Christian judge would actually do the kind of stuff that these people are doing. And from what I've seen from behind the scenes, yeah, it's not what you think. I know. I always thought the people in these moral positions were Christians. No, they're just people who like power and then like having the glory of power. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying if you're one of these people that's a judge and you're a Christian, oh my gosh, you are a dime a dozen. Not a dime a dozen. The exact opposite. You are extremely rare. I don't know metaphors. I try to use metaphors all the time. You are extremely rare, and I would love to hear from you because I can tell you right now, I have two police buddies that, and one of them is like, he don't trust the judges. He don't trust any of these guys. He tells me if his son ever got in trouble, he'd get him tried in a different county because he's like, I'm like going, do you think that county's gonna be just as smart or just as? He's like, I don't know, but I'd rather take my chances. I'm like, wow, So yeah, there's a lot of corruption going on. And I've also heard of another neighbor of mine who said that she got some stuff stolen while she was gone. And when they came back, they said, here's the stuff. And she's like, that's not my stuff. Look, could you just claim this? Because we got the guy in lockup, and if you just claim this stuff, we can just go ahead and process him. And she's like, but that's wrong. It's not my stuff. And they were trying to say that, they were trying to find something to nail this guy for. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much corruption I did not know about. I'm Mr. Naive over here, and for the last few years I've learned so much about how corrupt the system is. I'm a little bit afraid to put this video on YouTube because I'm afraid they'll come after me for something. They'll find some reason to come after me. But I'm just telling you right now, if you're in charge and you're doing this stuff, repent. Get saved. Get right with God. I'm telling you right now, the kingdom of heaven is so close. You're going to regret it. If you're left behind, you're going to regret it for one thing. You may think it's a fun time after, but in the eternity, it's not going to be worth it. It's just not. And yeah, that's all I can say. Is I've heard so many stories, and when I read this morning, I used to think that it was talking about, what are you lawyers who you burden down people and you don't help them? I thought it was like you lift a finger to help them, but it's not talking about lifting the burden from them. It's talking about you don't even touch these burdens yourself. The law is for thee, not for me. That's what it boils down to. And I'm sorry I haven't been on here lately because my voice is really killing me. And I will hopefully come back again later. I was going to try to see if my voice would make it today. All right, have a great day.